My final point would be to join with the concerns expressed over the missing pilot, Byron Ferguson. I know this young man very well, his wife, his family, his brothers, his father, his mother, and they all live in the Fox Hill constituency. But quite apart from that, I want to join in my concern, the concerns expressed about how this accident was dealt with. It's something, you know, I said to the family, you know, when there's a homicide in this country, the police have a designated individual that's assigned to coordinate with the family what the police are doing. So they give you a telephone number and they give you a name. And they say, if there is anything you want to know about that investigation, you call that person. And that person will tell you what is happening with the investigation. Now, that does not seem to have applied in this case. Civil aviation is the body, I believe, that's responsible for the investigation.
There's
So,
an authority on the way, but we still have the
right,
department.
right, that's fine. But the issue they were talking about is, how do I get information?
The family.
Right, how do I get information? And are the officials speaking with one voice? I was giving the example while you were off mic of the police. If there's a homicide, the police assign someone. They give you a name. They give you a telephone number. If you need any information, you call that person. And they tell you, today we did this, tomorrow we expect to do that. And that's how these things should work. And it must be heart-wrenching. I mean, you know, and I'll make this wider point, which I've made to a lot of the younger people who are coming up. I just say to myself, and this is an old man's lament, the young black male in this country can't seem to get a break.
Ain't you right?
I mean, you know, you find this striving young fella. I mean, you've never met someone, a decent man, right? Raising a family, working hard, you know, and it just seems like every time you find someone of this nature, you know, they just snatched from you. I say, goodness, what are we going to do? Whether it's, you know, a homicide or an accident of some kind. So it's a heart-wrenching thing, and I know his family and all his brothers. I mean, and his wife are heartbroken over this. It's a very difficult time, and it's not a good thing to be having a public conversation about this in the press. And that's why it's all the more important for you to have just a point person who's dealing with this, because this is a really sensitive issue for people.